Hi there, this is David and welcome to our review of RFL for the PC. I purchased this game on Steam on sale for $5.99, and let me just say that it was worth every penny. The story's actually a bit complex, so I'm going to try and summarize it to the best of my ability with as few spoilers as I can. Basically, it revolves around an endless war between the elves and the vampires, and while the elves have turned themselves into stone for self-preservation, the vampires are still on the loose, attacking the humans. Our heroine Lita gets caught up in the intrigue between the races when she finds an elven ring and it promptly gets stuck on her finger, granting her the power to kill the vampires. It's then up to her to find the 5 other elven artifacts strewn about the floating world of RFL to stop the war and save the land. There's a whole lot more lore out there, but this really is just the general gist of it all. The world is a series of interconnected zones with caves, lakes, and tunnels all throughout, and since there are so many things on screen, it can be a bit overwhelming. A wise man once said, "Less is more," and the developers completely ignored that wisdom as they stuffed the screen full with as much crap as they possibly could. There's birds flying around, squirrels underfoot, enemies roaming around, tons of plants, trees, and crystals. But if that wasn't enough, there's eternal snow too. There's just a lot. And while they probably thought this was pretty, I think it's just a bunch of clutter, and honestly, it gets in the way of the exploration because there's just so much junk on the screen I couldn't figure out where to go half the time. However, to help you find your way, there are signs all over the place telling you where different locations are. You also have access to a hand-drawn map which is surprisingly accurate, and there are teleportation crystals scattered throughout the zones which you can use for fast travel. Also, people will explicitly tell you exactly where to go next, and if you forget, there is a handy quest log which keeps track of your current objective, as well as all the myriad optional objectives scattered around. Even with all of this, you can still get a little bit lost because the zones are large, and there's just so much crap everywhere. Your heroine Lita is a trooper though. She'll dive into the water, crawl into holes, and jump over obstacles to get to where she's going. There is nothing stopping her. And that's a good thing, because the dungeons are filled to the brim with all sorts of different puzzles. But thankfully, there's nothing infuriating, it's all pretty intuitive. While you're out and about exploring, you're going to find tons of stuff to loot, because crafting is a large component of the game. Lita can mine crystals, catch fish, and pick flowers, and you're going to need all of it because you don't buy any weapons or armor at all. You instead upgrade everything through the crafting system, but thankfully it is very easy and fast to do. If you have all the required components, a plus sign will appear, and then all you have to do is just hold the X button and craft. It's that simple. And simple crafting is good crafting. Encounters are on screen, and they take place in a turn-based fashion with a turn order gauge akin to Final Fantasy X at the top of the screen. The battles are fun and fast-paced, and thankfully, you're fully healed after each encounter, so you really can go all out with your attacks. And you're going to need to, because the game can be very hard at times, especially the boss fights. However, the game does give you a get-out-of-jail-free card with the story mode attack. Basically, you use it, and you win. Personally, I used the story mode attack just to clear out all the annoying randoms, and then I fought the bosses normally. And I do think that that's a good balance for somebody who doesn't want to spend a year and a day grinding. One thing that did kind of irk me though, is that there's no separate music for all the battles, and this seems like a glaring omission in an otherwise polished game. Each character is locked into their own class, and as you attack and use your skills, you'll also regenerate your MP slowly each round so you can really continue piling on the punishment. Also, in the same way that you craft and upgrade all of your equipment, you do the same for all of your magics. Just find the rare gems scattered all over the place, and you can use them to raise the power of all your skills. When you gain levels, you'll get access to 10 skill points, which you can use to raise 4 different attributes, further customizing your characters. Though if you mess up your skill points, you can easily reassign them all just for a small fee. There are some quality of life additions here, such as the game explicitly telling you when there's the point of no return, or when there's going to be a difficulty spike. And I've gotta say, I normally do ignore RPG Maker games like these, but the addition of the story mode win button really allowed me to enjoy the game for what it was and without getting bogged down in all the grinding drudgery. Also, there's like a million NPCs in each town, and if you don't want to talk to all of them, you don't have to. The important ones all have symbols above their heads signifying if they're merchants, innkeepers, or if they have a quest for you. All of these little improvements really made the game much more palatable for me, and it's a really nice touch in the roughly 15-hour quest. Well, that's it for my review of RFL. If you like this video and what I do here on the channel, please consider supporting me on Patreon for exclusive videos and early access to my content. The link to it can be found in the video description. Or, if you want to, follow the link to my Discord to chat and hang out. This has been David. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.